Your hips, your jaw, and your heart are keeping score. You might have heard about a book called Keeping Score, like Your Body Keeps Score. And like that's just the tip of the iceberg of this conversation today. You are a queen and never fucking forget it. Welcome to the Release to Revive Her podcast, where we explore how to unlock your body to unleash the woman inside. The body is holding unprocessed emotions all the time. And if we can get better and better at being more fluid and feeling those emotions and allowing us to feel those sensations through our body and getting out of survival mode, out of that survival energy, clearing any resentment and shame and clearing the baggage, then we have a clearer slate to actually move ourselves forward and have more energy to work with as well. So, if you're feeling stuck or depleted, this is exactly what is needed for you, especially if you're a tired and wired mum and you want more energy in your body, your business, your relationship, your home. This is for you. Now, I want to go back to something that I experienced just a couple months back. I was going through newborn phase with my second son. And I was constantly on the ball, the exercise ball, bouncing. This is like 3 months in. He was really colicky baby. So he just like had to have a lot of attention. You could probably only put him down for like 3 minutes before he cried sometimes. And it was really hard. My partner worked long hours. So it was just me as an adult. I had a toddler as well. So just painting the picture here, it was full on. I felt tired. My back started aching. And I, having been a yoga teacher and someone that always looked after her body, I started to feel like it was like a shame, right? Brewing beneath the surface and a lot of frustration as well, just with that newborn period being hard and me just wishing it was like easier and getting angry at the world as well for some things that happened in our relationship, and our finances were struggling. So it was just a whole bunch of things piling up that were definitely making me feel like I wasn't super supported at the time on a deeper level. And now I have amazing family around me, and like people were there to help, but it's just felt that way. So then my foundations were compromised. I then felt a bit strange down in my vagina, and I was like, I don't know, this is a bit vulnerable, so get close, guys, get close. And I was like, what's going on? And so then I was like, oh, well, maybe I was Googling things, and I was like, shit, am I experiencing some prolapse? And so I went to a specialist, and I highly recommend doing this if you feel like something's going on down there since having a baby. And I was like, surely not, because I'm always fit. I've always been strong and like taking care of my core and all these things, And so I went to this specialist, and she's like, yeah, a pelvic floor physio. And she's like, yeah, you have stage 2 prolapse. And I was like, what? And like it goes up to like level 4. So I was like, damn. And I wasn't this fun. Like I was so tired at the time, and I was like, this is great. Just the icing on top of everything going on. Great. And so I let myself feel sorry for myself for like a good day or two. And I felt lots of shame around it because of I'm a yoga teacher, and I was like, why do I have this going on if I've always taken care of my body and I've always done like the exercises that are recommended, but it was the emotional piece, of course. If you have stuff going on, just know that you are able to rebuild that foundation from the inside out. It requires bravery because you need to go in and let yourself feel some stuff and go through some things and clear the emotions through practices that I teach. I do coaching around this now to help you unlock your body, to help you relieve the tension, to help you take the handbrake off so you can move forward on the things that you want to do through the body. Be your body's best friend again. And I was like, great. So I'm going to be my body's best friend. And this is where the direction change of my podcast happened. And I was like, cool. How do I do that? And I believe, like, I remember hearing this story about, there was this lady, I'm not religious of any sort, but I do believe that there's a higher power that kind of runs the show a little bit and guides us and helps us navigate things and has like a plan for us. I do believe that. And I remember hearing this story about a woman though who was religious, and so she referred it to as God, and she had like some troubles with a man. Relatable. And so she was like talking to this coach and he's going, yeah, okay. So what I need you to do is visualize this man, your husband, ex-husband, I think it was, that's up on the picture frame that you have him up on a wall. And he was, you know, supposed to support her and all these things. And she was frustrated at him because he didn't, and la la la. And then he's like, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this picture frame down and we're going to replace it with a picture of God. And so if you don't to this energy as God, just imagine like universe, whatever you want to call it. I just pictured like the universe, what takes care of you, what takes care of the world, the natural ebb and flow of life. And I was like, ooh, yeah, okay. So then that made her realize that she's not reliant on this one man to support her. She could start seeing and opening herself up to all these different ways that life was supporting her, through friends, through family, through just different opportunities. And the moment this is how magical this work that I do now through the body, the nervous system, the subconscious, it seems like magic at times because you're opening yourself up to filter things differently in, because our brains filter things in all the time. Like we only let in like 50 parts of a million. Don't quote me on that. At a time, because of past experiences. So if we have all these past experiences filtering out the new stuff, you're not going to see the new opportunities until you clear this stuff that's so dominant. And this is what we do through my work, the body onboarding method. Coach it with me. Like jump into a coaching call with me and I'll help you clear that shit. Because memories are in our minds coupled with emotion. And so whenever things trigger you, this is what happens. Like you remember the memory and you're like, oh, this is like that moment. Okay, so then we better arm up and get ready to fight someone and like argue our way through this. Instead of like, oh, that doesn't really trigger me anymore. It's all good. You've made peace with it on a proper deeper level. It's cool. Like I'm just going to do this thing, you know, like you have your options and it brings up more choices for you because you've actually done the work. And this is bravery, you guys. This work isn't the easy way. That's why not everyone does it. Like literally 1% of the world is doing this deeper stuff. And it's so fucking cool that our generation is more and more into it and realizes the power of it, of changing cycles, of changing generational patterns in our life. Yeah. So this podcast is for you to help you clear emotions, clear the old baggage, because I really do believe when we have that gone out of our bodies and we are emotionally fluid in our life, even when shit comes and hits us in the face, then we can navigate things strongly. We can have our creativity, we can tap into to find solutions easier, and we just genuinely more grounded and capable to move forward. which is like the agency of life. Amazing. So I just want to remind you before I log off today that you are not broken. There is nothing wrong with you. And definitely your willpower is not the answer. Like, yes, you can have willpower through things, but your body will always get what it wants. Your subconscious talks through your body, and so your body will always get what it wants. So it's starting to become your body's best friend and understanding what she's saying to you through the behaviors you do, through the symptoms and sensations you feel. Then we can move through that and work your way through clearing old stuff that might be holding you back. Let's close our eyes for a moment before I leave you here. Place your hand on your heart and take a breath in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just be aware of your body sensations right now. Locate yourself. What can you hear? I can hear birds outside. Name 3 things you can hear. Maybe it's the car, your baby's in the back seat. Your own breath. And then I want you to name 3 things that you can feel, like touch. I feel like a bit sweaty and hot. I'm comfy on this seat. And I can feel this wristband, this hair tie on my wrist. And then lastly, I want you to spot 3 things that you see. Normally sight is our most powerful one. It kind of takes over from all of the other sensations. That's why closing eyes can be good to hone in on the other sensations, but don't do that if you're driving. Even if you have a Tesla. So 3 things that you see. I see the ring light, the camera, my window. What do you see? Now that's just the tip of the iceberg stuff that we do to tap into your body and get you to notice those things and be best friends with it more and more. One notch more every day. One much more love than hate, right? If this landed, share it with another mum who's tired and wired. Or share it with your creative friends as well. The women that you know want this, need this, would be revived and like elevated by this to their next level. Let's release together.